Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my NFL predictions video. As now we've made it to week number 4. So as today, I'm just gonna get started right away. So, so here's your national broadcast. Kirk Herbstreit, Al Michaels will get the call in Arizona. Joe Davis, Greg Olsen gets the call in Dublin for the Minnesota-Pittsburgh game. The Sunday Night Football game will be Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, and then you got the ESPN Monday Night Football announcers right there. So here's your CBS early window as of Thursday, the game you will be getting in your local area. Here's the CBS late window, and then here is your Fox single window during this time. Alright, now we're going to get into our Week 4 predictions. Week 3 was iffy for me, I would say. I went a total of 10-6, so that brings my total to 29-19 on the year. So it's got to be better than that. We can still grow from here. But to begin week 4, we start off with a divisional matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. In this one, I think Seattle looks like the better momentum team at this current moment. And Arizona, I think they're still going to be fine, but it's still too early to predict the outcome. I think what's going to happen is I think Seattle's just going to squeak away with this one. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think it will be close, entertaining from both sides, but I think Seattle will pull through it on the road to win a divisional game for the first time this year. They will win by the final score of 24-20 in this one. I am confident that Seattle will get the job done and will win this game. I think it's going to be a toss-up, a big toss-up game, and I think Seattle will get that job done. So that brings us to Sunday morning in Dublin. We have the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now this one is going to be a really tough game to predict. That's another toss-up. I'm really wanting to take Minnesota in this, but Pittsburgh finds a way to win these type of games, and I just get this weird feeling that Pittsburgh's gonna pull through. Originally, I had Minnesota 24-13, but I think the Steelers are gonna escape with the win. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. Both of these teams got solid defenses. I know Pittsburgh hasn't been solid on defense as of late, but they stopped New England pretty good for the most of the part. They forced 5 turnovers, I believe, from the Pittsburgh-New England game. 4 fumbles and a interception, so they had a total of 5 turnovers, which was huge from the Steelers. If they can do that, they're going to win games, and I think Pittsburgh will win this game. I think they're going to win 20-17 in a very boring game. And now we get started with our Sunday afternoon window between the Washington Commanders and the Atlanta Falcons. Look, I don't like the Falcons in this one. I think regardless of who's playing again in Washington, whether it be Jaden Daniels or Mariota, I think the Commanders are still going to be fine. They're kind of dealing with some injuries at this exact moment. Jaden Daniels is currently dealing with a knee issue. He may be back this week, but we will see. Bill Krosky-Murray is questionable, and Terry McLaurin's questionable, so their offense is a little banged up. So they got to get that going. I think the Commanders will still win this game. I like them heading in this matchup. The Falcons kind of look iffy right now. I do not like their play calling. It looks rough. As I'm glad that the Falcons, by the way, keep pounding, but we'll get into that later. But the Falcons just shot themselves in the foot so many times, and I think they're in a low, they're pretty bad right now. But I think they can turn it around. But I do not think they're going to beat the Commanders. I'm confident that Washington will get the job done. It's going to be a close game, but I think the Commanders will pull through it. And that one by the final score being Washington 27, Atlanta 20 in this one. Then you got the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills, and I'm going to just keep it short and sweet. This could be either a trap game or an absolutely demolition of a ball game. And I think what's going to happen is a demolition of a ball game. So, with that, my final score for that one is going to be Buffalo 51. Yes, I think Buffalo will score 50 points over New Orleans. That's clearly tanking and not trying this year. And the Saints 12. Then you got the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. This one is probably going to be another blowout. Look, I made a prediction last week when the Packers were in Cleveland. I had a feeling that this was not going to be a blowout. It was going to be a close game. I had expected Green Bay were to win that game, but Cleveland won, which was really shocking. Probably so far the upset of the year. Where a Browns team is not going to be contending this year, while the Packers are Super Bowl contenders, I would think. But good win by Cleveland there, but I think that's going to quickly fall off because I think they're going to get decimated by Detroit, who is, I think, a really hot team now. It looked like, based off that Green Bay game, it was either one bad game or their defense is extremely good. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be an absolute butt kicking for Detroit. I think Detroit's going to wipe them out of the water. Detroit looks really good right now. I have Detroit winning in a 38-14 ball game. And then you get the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. I'm proud that the Panthers played really good against the division rival, and we are right back in this division race. I know it's only week 3, and I know we still have a lot of work to do. I still can't trust this team right now because I'm not confident we're going to beat New England. The reason why is because, look, New England should have won that game against Pittsburgh. I think they should have won, but they made too many mental mistakes. And right now, I'm not confident that we are going to beat New England because I just see New England as the better team. I think it's going to be I think we'll lose 27-16. As a Panthers fan, I can't trust this team yet. I need to see more before I start to buy into trust. Otherwise, if I just trust them, we're just going to get spanked. I have a feeling we will not win this game is because I'm just not ready to trust my team yet. But it was a great dominant win to potentially turn the season around for Carolina, as we're still really early in the season. We can still change. But in this one, I don't have us winning. I think we're just going to fall short or we're going to get decimated. Bryce Young has not been successful on the road. He's only won, I think, one road game. I think he's only won a total of one road game in his entire career. Only one, which was the final game of the 2024 season, which was against the Atlanta Falcons. By the way, I guess we can call Bryce Young the Falcons' daddy, period. But other than that, I don't like this matchup. I think we're going to lose, but I could be dead wrong and I'd be shocked again. But I hope none but the best for my team. I hope we compete out there. But I don't like where we're at this week. But I have us losing 27-16. And then you got the Los Angeles Chargers and the New York Giants. This one, cool, Jackson Dart starting. I don't think he's ready to start right now. Against the Chargers defense is not going to be a good matchup for him. I mean, it's going to be bad for Jackson Dart. I think the Chargers are going to decimate them immediately into this game. I think they're going to blow them out. I think this is going to be a learning experience for Jackson Dart. But I do have the Chargers winning this one. They handle business, but Chargers, this is a trap game. Do not fall for the trap. Handle business in New York, and you'll be good. Just handle business. Do not mess around. I have you guys winning 30-7. Do not mess this up. Go handle business on the road against New York and be ready to go next week against a really tough opponent. And then you got probably the biggest game of the week, or the second biggest, the Eagles and the Buccaneers. This is a really tough one to predict. I think the Eagles and Buccaneers are both going to put on the show in this one. But I have Tampa Bay upsetting the Eagles in this one yet again because we've been seeing it. We've been seeing it before where Tampa Bay has defeated Philadelphia multiple times. We saw in recent memory that Tampa Bay been getting has been beating the Eagles pretty dang good. And I like this matchup for Tampa Bay. I think they're going to beat the Eagles and will remain unbeaten to go to 4-0 in this one. I think they're going to win by 2 scores. I think we've seen it, and I think we see it again. I like Tampa Bay in this matchup. If they can stop the run off Saquon, they're going to win this game. I think they win 30-20 in this one, and Baker keeps on baking. And then you got the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. This is going to be the boringest game of the week. I can already tell you that. The Texans offense looks really bad right now, and then the Titans they're done. They're done. They need to fire their coach. Texans need to turn it around. I think the Texans will get the job done in this one in a boring 17-13 game. And the Titans, they need to fire Brian Callahan. Texans, they need to refix the O-line and get upgrades, because we see CJ Stroud not succeeding in the offensive line. And quarterbacks need offensive linemen. They need offensive linemen. We've seen it with a lot of quarterbacks in this league. They need time to get in the pocket. They need time to throw the ball and not just getting sacked right away. They need time in the pocket. But I think the Texans are going to win 17-13, and it's just not looking good by the Texans right now. But they do win probably the Tank Bowl. And then our first Sunday afternoon game, or late window game, is the Colts and the Rams. This could be really interesting. The Colts look pretty good right now. I know they beat a trash Dolphins team. They've beaten a trash Titans team. And I think the Broncos are a really solid football team. I think they're a kind of a playoff team. But this is another test. They get the Rams. I do not have them winning this week. I think it will be extremely close. We'll see how the Colts compete against the Rams to see whether or not if they are the real deal in the year of 2025. Meanwhile, for the Rams, I like this matchup for them. I think they do win 27-21 in this entertaining game between these two teams. Then you get the Jacksonville Jaguars and the San Francisco 49ers. People are picking Jacksonville to beat San Fran in this one, and I am not confident in Jacksonville right now. Their offense looks dysfunctional. The weapons have been off to a slow start. Trevor Lawrence, slow start, but they are 2-1 right now. Trevor Lawrence needs to step it up. He's looking like not the answer by the weeks goes on. They need to utilize Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas, because those are their primary weapons, instead of throwing it to the tight end and Parker Washington. I do not know what you guys are doing. Shane Waldron, get your stuff together. But I don't like the Jaguars in this matchup. I think the 49ers are going to pounce on them easily. But I could be dead wrong, and Jacksonville has a field day with this. But I think they do win 31-17 in this one. I think the Niners get the job pretty done really easy in this one with Purdy coming back. I don't think Ayuk's coming back for at least another couple weeks. I think Brock Purdy's going to be likely playing. Pearsall's questionable. The Niners team is banged up, but I think they're going to be just fine. We've seen it. But the Niners have a lot of room to grow, and the easy schedule really helps them with all the injuries piling up each and every year. But the Niners do get the win 31-17. And then you got potentially the thumbnail game of the week, the Ravens and the Chiefs. I have the Ravens getting the job done. I think they will beat the Chiefs. It's so weird that one of these teams are going to start 1-3, and then they're going to have to do a lot of work to turn their season around. I think the Ravens win 27-21. The Ravens are going to be mad. They are going to put their anger on the Chiefs, because we've seen it where they should have won that game against Detroit. But Detroit was the better team in that one. And they're going to take their anger out on the Chiefs, and then they're going to get back into the divisional race. The Ravens have a lot to work to do. Obviously, it's just they started 1-2 last year, and they finished, I think, 12-5. But I think the Ravens will just be just fine, and there's nothing to worry about. Chiefs, they're injured as well. I don't think I should be worried about the Chiefs either. They're going to wake up probably by week 5, I'd say, or week 6, when everyone gets healthy. But Ravens win 27-21. And then for the final Sunday afternoon game, you have the Bears and the Raiders in this one. I do have the Bears winning 31-20. I think the Bears are going to continue rolling that momentum. The Raiders look sloppy. And I like Caleb Williams doing his thing. And I think they can run the ball against the Raiders defense pretty dang good right now. And I'm expecting Odunze to have another big game this week. But we'll see what happens, and I'm confident that the Bears will get the job done this one. And then you have the Sunday Night Football game between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just going to say it here, I think this is going to be a butt kicking for Dallas. I think they're going to get destroyed. Green Bay will dominate them 38-20. I think Micah Parsons will get his revenge sack against the Cowboys, and I think this is going to be an absolute butt kicking and a humiliation on national television for the Dallas Cowboys. They suck. The Packers are going to take their bounce back. They're going to get their groove rolling, and they will decimate Dallas. They will decimate Dallas in this one. And then you got the 2 Monday night games, Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Broncos. I'm going to do them both at the same time because both of these games are probably going to not be that great. First off, I think the Jets will get win number 1 of the year by the final score of 20-17. Boring game. Keep it simple. And then Bengals, Broncos. I have the Broncos winning 17-30 in this one. And folks, that is my Week 4 NFL predictions. I hope you guys have a great week. Be safe, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great week, everyone.